Welcome back to Parent University. I'm Irma Lancaster.
And I'm Dr. Adam Malloy, and we are so excited to have you back with us today.
On today's program, we talk attendance and peanut butter.
Not to mention a free community program for doing your taxes.
Plus, everything you've ever wanted to know about mosquitoes.
Right here today on Parent University.
Welcome to Parent University. Our first interview, we're going to be talking attendance, and to tell us all about the importance of attendance and what you can do as a parent to support your child, we have our very own Tammy Scott. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So attendance, we all know school attendance is important, but tell us why.
Why is school attendance important? Wow, there are many reasons. Obvious reasons are that students can learn how to read and write, critical thinking skills, math skills, but it goes far beyond those opportunities of learning the academics, but more about building relationships with peers their own age. When students are in school on a consistent basis, they feel good about themselves and they just overall have a better relationship with others, even outside of their peer group. So having them in school is really important so they can become a well-rounded individual.
And that's what I was going to ask. So attendance isn't just about going to school every day and what happens when they go to school, but it also affects their future. Tell us a little bit about that.
Wow, absolutely. So when students are in school consistently, they learn those proficiency skills, and those proficiency skills lead into their life as an adult. So as an adult, they live longer. The studies show that they live longer, they have better healthcare coverage because they have better access to healthcare. They make more money, obviously, because they've graduated, but it just is far-reaching past that. They're more involved in our social aspect of society. They vote. They're just contributing members of society in a very positive way. So it is a myth or a misconception that attendance is not that important and it doesn't roll into their future. It's just, oh, right now that's a situation, and then there's not an impact, but it does greatly impact them.
Yeah, because a lot of times you might think, well, I turned in the work, I did the reading, so what's the big deal if I'm not actually there? But you're talking about just the relationships, the social aspect that goes with it. It's all important.
Absolutely, it is important. When students have missed at their younger years, and I'm not sure if parents really realize, but it's very easy to not keep track of missing the days. So if you have a young child at home, and let's say on Monday they don't feel well, and you say, okay, you can stay home, but then 2 weeks later they're in a situation again where they just don't want to go to school on, let's say, a Friday, and you say, okay, you can stay home, that's within a whole month they've missed 2 days. And technically we consider that as being chronically absent. Just missing 2 days a month, over a lifetime, they miss an entire year of school. So think about all that instruction that they would be missing. And as a parent, you don't necessarily realize that, oh, just 2 days. Oh, it's just 2 days, a day here, a day there, but it really adds up. The other thing is that it builds that habit, an inconsistent pattern of behavior that we really want to remedy when they are younger. Kindergarten is one of our most challenging grade levels in regards to attendance, and that is because they're learning that repetition, they're learning that structure, and it's not daycare anymore in kindergarten, so it's really important that they're here to learn and receive those live lessons from teachers and be able to interact with their peers and collaborate with one another. So every day, every single moment does matter to us.
So what is the current situation at the district? Are we seeing any issues with attendance?
We are, unfortunately, and there are many factors involved with why students are out, but there are many reasons that we don't know why they're out. We know that some of our students have been sick this year because of the coronavirus, or now there's a large influx of the flu and things of that nature. But we really want to make sure that our students, once they are well again, they are back in school and engaged. We are struggling a little bit with transportation, but we do know that every child will have a bus come to their stop. It may be late, but the bus will always come. And we just really want to make sure that our parents are communicating with us. That's the most important thing. We are definitely having challenges with attendance, but if we don't know about those challenges, it's really hard to remedy those situations. Our schools have staff. Every school has a school social worker. And when our school social worker is notified of any challenges a child may have getting to school, we work to try to remedy that with the family. It could be that they need different type of transportation, and we look to those avenues. They may need support with resources or access to health care, and we will connect them with that. They may need clothes for school. They may need book bags and materials. They may need many things. They may need emotional support as well. We know when students are out for a long period of time, there's a lot of anxiety involved. And we want to make sure that our parents are well informed and well aware that if that is the case, we can help them. We have the staff that is ready and willing to help any child that is struggling getting to school.
So what can parents do? How can they stay connected so that they can get that support that the district offers if it is that they need it?
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, if a parent does not have that app on their phone for Focus, they definitely need to get connected with that Focus app. That's a great way to communicate, even in regards to attendance. Another thing is just please reach out. They can call or they can email the school and let them know what's going on. Their teachers are missing the kids when they're out, and the teachers want to be able to help. So it's just really picking up the phone and giving us a call.
All right, Tammy, is there anything else you'd like to share with our families?
Just that we really are excited for our students to be in school. Our schools right now are working so hard in making sure that our students are feeling safe and feeling welcomed. And I'm not sure if everybody is on social media, Twitter or Facebook or things like that, but there are some really awesome things going on in our school. We have, in some of the elementary schools, they have quarterly parties for students who have really good attendance, because we're not focused on being perfect. I want to make sure everybody understands that. We're just focused on being there. And we have some middle schools that are giving out special t-shirts in recognition of improved attendance. And there was a high school just this week that were giving lollipops out for the kids that were in attendance. So that conversation is happening within the buildings, and our schools are so excited to have the kids in school.
We just need our parents to also have this conversation.
Absolutely. We definitely need our parents. They are the ones that are responsible for getting their kids to school. And that's why it's so important that if they are struggling with that they reach out and they contact us. But we are so excited to have them.
Well, thank you so much, Tammy, for sharing all this important information with our families.
Thank you for having me.
Now, coming up next, an activity involving mosquitoes. Check it out.
Hi, my name's Wendy Sams, and this is Mark McCreary, and we're part of the Mosquito Education Program with the Lee County School District and the Lee County Mosquito Control. We're going to talk to you guys about our Southwest Florida's most famous and probably most misunderstood insect, and that's the mosquito. We're going to share a story with you guys and then go over some things that maybe your children have questions about, and surprisingly, parents too. So let's start with one hot, humid summer night in a tall, grassy yard. A mosquito lays her eggs in a red plastic pail. It starts to rain, the bucket fills with water. Soon, the water reaches the eggs. Out of each egg pops a baby mosquito called a larva. The tiny mosquito larva is very hungry, so she starts to eat. And eat. And eat. For a few days and nights, the larva feast. The larva begins to change. Her body twists and turns. She forms into a pupa. Tucked away inside her case, she begins to change. She does not eat. Inside, her wings will form and legs will stretch. When her adult form is ready, she floats to the surface and breaks through her skin. A newly formed mosquito rises. All of this changing and growing has made her very hungry. She flies off to search for nectar from nearby flowers. The mosquito is ready to lay her own eggs, but first she must find someone to bite. She needs a blood meal to help them grow. She finds a container in the same grassy yard and places her eggs inside. It begins to rain and the cycle starts again. The end.
So one of the things that we often get asked is, why do we have mosquitoes? What are the value of them, having them in the environment? Well, one of them is many animals, like this mosquito fish, this gambusia, or this crayfish, are few of just the many animals that will feed, we call them skeeter eaters, on the mosquito larvae. In addition, like Wendy just read on the book, that as they're feeding on the nectar, they are pollinators. So one of the things that we want you to do, and you can help us get rid of the dangerous Aedes aegypti mosquito, is getting rid of the larvae around your yards. Now, a lot of us, including myself, don't often think we have places in our yards that are breeding sites, but anywhere like a bucket, like Wendy showed you before, often even a little tiny palm frond on the ground, a piece of trash, a toy left out in the rain, because it only takes a little bit of water, about a size of a bottle cap, to breed mosquitoes. Now, one of the largest breeding sites are bromeliads. So often people will say that they have a lot of mosquitoes on their property. We'll go and do a check of the property looking for the breeding sites in bromeliads after it rains. It holds enough water. A couple things that you can do is you can flush them out with water, or you can buy mosquito pellets. That's a natural bacteria that will get rid of those mosquitoes, or use a tool to flush out those mosquito larvae. So this is what the mosquito larvae look like, and it takes anywhere from 3 to 4 days in the summer to up to a month in the winter for a mosquito to go through the life cycle. And Wendy's going to go talk just very briefly about the life cycle of a mosquito.
As most people know, mosquitoes, where we're going to find water, you're going to find mosquitoes. So, and they are experts at finding all those small areas. As Mark said, they'll find trash near your yard, they'll find bromeliads, or they'll find those low-lying places in your yard. Once they do find water, the eggs will commonly hatch within about 24 hours. They then will turn into the larvae. They will go into their pupa, or their cocoon stage, and then into the adult mosquito stage. We always like to tell the students they have a complete metamorphosis, just like a butterfly, kind of the underwater version of a butterfly. So they have the hungry caterpillar stage, they have that cocoon or that chrysalis, which is the pupa stage, and then they have the adult mosquito stage. So they are masters of finding those watery places. Just like butterflies and bees, again, they're pollinators, so they're going to look for that nectar for their food source, and only the females bite, and they require that blood to make their eggs. which is another misunderstood thing about mosquitoes.
So although they are a very valuable part of the environment, if you can help us by dumping out the water, you're going to help us get rid of the Aedes aegypti and the Aedes albopictus, 2 species that vector carry several different diseases.
Welcome. We have a great community connection here with the United Way. I want to introduce Stephanie Figueroa. Thank you for being here, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me.
So we have some really important stuff to get into. I want to know, what is VITA?
VITA is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. It is a community program that is collaborative with United Way and the IRS. We provide free tax preparation services by certified IRS volunteers. Every year the volunteers have to go through training and certification, so they take a lot of tests every year in order to prepare taxes for free for our community neighbors.
So this is a community-wide program available to everybody that meets a certain qualification, right?
Correct. Well, you have to have a combined income of under $66,000 as a family or as an individual in order to access our program.
Okay. Now you are actually one of the ones that is processing
I am
or
a volunteer.
doing the tax.
Yes,
Okay,
I was
great.
a volunteer for 2 years, absolutely, and this is my 3rd year, and it's so rewarding.
So taxes are complex, right? They're
Very complex.
And so we have some information that we'll put up and how to access, but I did notice that you had 22 sites. Are these all over that area that you mentioned?
We have approximately 18 to 20 sites that are set for a certain location, and then we have several mobile sites. So we have sites that pop up throughout the Hendry, Glades, and Lee County.
And so we'll put up those locations. We'll put up that flyer so that you guys can get access. In terms of the start and end date of tax season, I want to say, and I could be wrong, that tax season it starts right around the end of January, but I'm not. Do you know when it ends?
Yeah, it ends on April 18th this year due to the Emancipation holiday in Washington, D.C. So federal holidays are observed. So where it's normally April 15th, this year we get a couple extra days. So April 18th, and that's a Monday.
So you're thinking though, and maybe as a student and as a teacher, trying to get this stuff done as early as possible, right?
Correct, absolutely. You want to get it done as early as possible. You don't want to wait to the last minute. But yes, you can set up an appointment with us right now by calling 211, or you can go online with the United Way.
That's great. So you can call 211 to make an appointment.
Yes.
You can go online to make an appointment.
Correct.
Okay. Now, is there any sort of documentation that you would be helpful for them to bring?
Absolutely. So this year we're asking everyone to bring their 2019 and 2020 tax returns with them. If you don't have them and you've been a former client, we can help you access them. But if you're a new client, we definitely want to see those 2019 and 2020. It'll help us get, any sort of education credits, earned income credits, dependent care credits, along with the advanced child tax care credit that I know a lot of folks are applying for this year.
Just that comment that you just made makes me want to go to a professional, a volunteer trained professional like yourself. All of those deductions, those itemized deductions. It's tax season. The United Way has a free tax program, VITA.
Correct.
That's great. And is there anything else you want to add about VITA?
VITA has a $12 million impact on our community. So the money that goes back into our community's pockets gets spent in our community.
So, Stephanie, thank you for being here on Parent.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for being here on Parent University. This is great information for our community. We've got a free tax program, and that money saved is going right back in to help build up our area. So thank you, Stephanie, for being here. Remember, 211 or go to the United Way website to make an appointment. Tax season is here, and let's do it the right way. Now back to you.
Thanks, Adam. Peanut butter is back. Here's a short video that demonstrates the process of how this delicious treat will be served in a cafeteria near you.
Peanut butter is a great source of protein with heart-healthy unsaturated fat that keeps children full and ready to learn. Starting February 22nd, this delicious snack will be added to the school lunch menus across the school district of Lee County. Safety is always our #1 priority. In an effort to manage food allergies, schools have fully trained staff and will implement protocols to help prevent allergy-related incidents. Schools will ensure that all records are updated to reflect student health status. A peanut allergy list will be shared with cafeteria managers to be uploaded into the point-of-sale system. During meal times, foods containing peanuts will be properly labeled and placed in a special pan so the product is easily identifiable. When students go through the lunch line and input their student ID number, there will be an alert if the student has a registered peanut allergy. The cashier will then proceed to remove the item from the child's plate. On the rare occasion that a student has an allergic reaction despite these protocols, staff is fully trained to identify signs and implement our emergency action plan. Parents can help by ensuring that their child's allergic reactions are listed in their child's health status at the school. Parents can upload the information directly into Focus and speak to their school nurse. We also ask that you speak to your children about food safety and the importance of not sharing food with others. Remember, hand washing with soap and water is a great way to prevent cross-contamination. Together, we can safely reintroduce peanut butter as a delicious option for protein into our schools.
Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly in the baseball bat. Hey, hey.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed today's program. Now, as you may remember, we love to give shout outs to the schools with the most parents participating in our monthly sessions. Who do we have this time?
So we have some great schools. We have a collection, I would say, right? All of them were tied. We have Cape Elementary, we have Dunbar High School, we have Fort Myers High School, and coming onto the list for the first time, Lehigh Acres Middle School.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for continuing to be supportive of this program. We hope that everyone's enjoying it and finding the information beneficial.
We're really excited to be back with you guys. We're coming out each session with some informational pieces that are going to be really important for parents to connect with.
Absolutely, but you know as well that we also love to give away a prize. So if you participated in our last session and you took the survey, you are entered into our drawing, and today's prize is a $25 gift card to Amazon.
What a great treat. I can't wait to see who it is.
I know. Maybe they'll buy us something. All right.
All right. Oh, Jennifer Straley from Cape Elementary, one of our top schools.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jennifer. We'll be in contact with you, and thank you to all for tuning in to Parent University.
We'll see you next time.